Welcome back to the David Pakman Show.
There's some very, very special, Lewis, new David Pakman Show members of the week that I want to say hello to. David McCall, who is, if I had to name a better humanitarian than David McCall, I don't think I could, to be completely honest. Welcome to David McCall, David Pakman Show member of the week. And also Joyce Glover. Joyce is kind of like an aunt to both Lewis and I. Even though we're not related to each other, I feel like she is part of the family now. And so hello to Joyce Glover and David McCall, new members of the David Pakman Show family.
Good stuff.
And they each command 10 entries to our iPad giveaway, which you can read about on davidpakman.com. 2012 election, we're seeing a lot of hijinks on the Republican side. I don't even know where to start. Tonight, we actually have in New Hampshire, I may drive up for it. I'm still not sure. We're credentialed for it, the CNN debate tonight in Manchester, New Hampshire. It's not clear whether it's worth driving up or not.
What time does that start?
I think it's at 8. In any event, I'm curious to see what are we going to hear from a lot of the candidates about Barack Obama. Will other Republicans call out Willard Mitt Romney for essentially imposing his own, proposing and passing his own Obamacare here in Massachusetts when he was governor of Massachusetts? Is he going to get called out for that by Republicans? Will he have to distance himself from that? He already has been talking about repealing Obamacare. Wait a second. Willard, you're going to repeal the same type of plan that you passed when you were governor of Massachusetts? Oh, that's right. You're okay with it if the states pass it. You're not okay with it if the federal government passes it because you're against communism. But, oh, wait, you're okay with it if it's state communism. Just can't be federal communism. Do I understand that right from Willard?
I think that's the direction, yeah.
Rick Santorum, who is another candidate, do you know about what's going on? He has a Google problem. Have you heard about this?
No.
This is pretty funny. There was a Google bomb that basically, to take a quote from Alex Jones, this started back in 2003, and Rick Santorum compared homosexuality to bestiality and pedophilia back in 2003. And he said basically the definition of marriage has never included man on child, man on dog, or whatever the case may be. So after that, Dan Savage proposed that this be memorialized on Google by starting to do specific searches that would basically link Santorum to something called can we even say this? I don't know. Let's just say it's a sexual act, and it involves a frothy mixture. Okay, so this happened so that people carried this out to where when you actually search for Santorum on Google now, in the first few results, it's not something Rick Santorum wants on there. Okay, that's the long and short of it. And Rick Santorum was actually asked, "What do you think? Does Google have any responsibility to fix or address what's going on?" Here's what he had to say. I'll play the clip for you. I find this pretty funny. If you listen closely to the words he's using, I think this requires analysis, Lewis. Let's look. I think we have it. Hopefully we do.
And finally, very quickly, on this Google issue that you have had to deal with in the past, do you think Google has any responsibility in how its search engine works?
Well, look, it comes with the territory when you're out there. Unfortunately, there are vile people out there who do horrible things. My responsibility is to go out and talk about the issues that I care about. It's unfortunate that some people thought that it would be a big joke to make fun of my name. That comes with the territory. I feel sorry that they.
But you don't think Google should do that? You don't think Google should step in themselves?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how they've treated other circumstances and other situations, whether they've treated it any differently than mine. I would suggest if they have treated it differently and have done things to stop this kind of vile activity and filth on the internet, they should apply it equally to me and to everybody else.
Yeah, vile activity. It's incredible. I mean, is this...
I consider his speeches vile activity.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, there's nothing more vile than when Rick Santorum starts talking about marriage equality.
About any of his platforms, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I guess vile activity is all relative.
Right.
Is all we can say. So,
right. Like, I think what these people did to him is just plain hilarious.
Right.
Whereas, like we just said, his speeches are what I consider vile.
And he has absolutely no chance, I believe, of winning the Republican nomination either.